Before we start, could you please subscribe and like this, because it helps the algorithm and helps us to progress on YouTube. The experiments and script in this video was published in 2016, when much of the information had not been confirmed or even realised by academia and mainstream science. It is now May 2026 and academia is publishing ratified information and updated hypotheses in line with my own theories, but not yet acknowledging that time itself is expansion. It was realised in the mid-1970s that the control of corrosion by cathodic protection was failing, and the British Gas Council was seeking to correct this. They implemented a study across 2 North Thames Gas regions of their gas pipeline network. This was called Overline Inspection, OLI, concurrently with internal pigs supplied and run by several independent companies. I joined this project when it had reached its 3rd iteration, called OLI 3, and introduced my own innovations, DCVG and the Isopottential Cell. My own patented device, the Alexander Cell, was introduced at the end of this project, making it possible to computerise the analysis using software that I had developed. The Alexander Cell is the trigger. This caused concern and opposition because it resolved the problem known as the IR drop in the soil that caused the acknowledged failure of existing survey techniques and analysis. But physicists are quietly abandoning quantum physics, the most successful theory in human history. This isn't a conspiracy. This is peer-reviewed physics. Researchers at Oxford, the Perimeter Institute and Princeton University have identified cracks inside quantum mechanics that a century of experiments couldn't fix. The measurement problem, the observer paradox, and the impossible incompatibility with gravity. This is the problem that the Alexander Cell resolves. Nobel Prize-winning experiments proved reality doesn't exist before observation. Now, physicists are building something deeper, something that changes what an observer is and what you are. If reality is stranger than it looks, you're in the right place to understand this. I was forced out of the industry and became homeless, but continued to develop my science and technology as a single parent from my parents' house. During these events, I developed the following procedures presented here. Firstly, in PPS format, and then in more detailed HTML coding with images only. The problem known as the IR drop in the soil caused the acknowledged failure of existing survey techniques and analysis. The solution was suggested by scientists at a laboratory that I visited in Holland. They proved that by switching off the cathodic protection current, the polarized potential could be identified by a small kick in the waveform seen on an analog oscilloscope. I have explained this in previous videos and HTML documents, and that it is impossible to record this kick during site surveys. I had to devise a solution and design a laboratory technique to show that the Alexander cell can make it possible to record the exact measurement at which we have stopped corrosion, and that this technique works in the field and on the bench. This Alexander cell is a corrosion cell. This is the trigger that we use when setting up the oscilloscope that is part of Technitory within the cathodic protection network blockchain control panel.